Sponsored by Kickoff.
Yes, go! What's this blood? Leave, fucking talk to him, Liam.
First year is
Good way to manage your injury there.
Oh, he's stretching up.
just been penalised for it. Shut up. All the way, Kai! All the way! Try someone else's self.
Just got to make sure you get the right number for each one. That'll do it.
That's exactly what you do. Go again! Stop! See how it goes.
It's good to turn if you turn it up.
Hang on! Dad! Tell Sam to wait! Scotty's coming!
Get outside, Red Park! Here! Bring it here! Come here!
That's pure punishment.
How many big fucking
They don't know.
Lovely, lovely.
Always say get it up.
Hey, he's got me! He's got me! He's got me! Down he goes! Two-star ball! Good boy, Fred! Wait, kick it on me!
Hey, Alex, ball back.
There you go. Quick, rain's coming, get it wet!
Get under the cover, please.
Quick, get under the water!
They didn't think that was a good Brad. That's me. Oh, Brad's on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right leg drive. Right front.
How are you? Yeah, no, I'm alright, thanks for that. Yeah, I'm good, cheers.
Why are you going to chase and go for the section and get it off?
No, just got a card for a late time. It's or the other way. Stand there. You know the worst one is we try to bring up something else, and we always end up. They're both crazy. I'm crazy about
It's alright, you get the name.
Seafood referee. Alex.
Exactly, you've got to show them off.
Holy hell. Okay, just jump in it. Don't take that off, you've got to back up the first one.
Go ball, Carrot!
You're going to behave yourself this time. That's all right. I know.
Hit him on the run, Jesus! Hit him flat on the run, Jesse! Just fucking dog! Jesse! Jesse, just hit him on the run! Set!
That was it. That's what worked here. What does he like?
Picked a great weekend to come here. There you are, man.
Go, Ben, come on!
Yeah, it's a bit rickety up here.
I feel like I'm either going to go straight over the front or down the trapdoor.
Yeah, there's not much space. I tried putting a chair up here once, but there's just no room.
Yeah, that's fine. I just... Grandma's a filthy. I probably should go on my
Usually they just hang it, like sit over and hang their legs over the side, but there's a big banner there today.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Is this one streaming today, do you know? Yeah, sound check, Bar TV, Bill Strong Oval. These ones. Talk. Need me to check again or what? Yeah, okay. I'll give it another go. We're not far from kickoff in this round 10 fixture. Nelson Bay versus University on Bar TV. Good now. All right. Welcome to Bill Strong Oval for this round 10 fixture in the NHRU. We're about to start the second half of the regular season. It's Nelson Bay hosting the University of Newcastle. Daniel Herrera, your commentator for this afternoon on Bar TV Sports. We're going to have a very early stoppage. Ball mishandled from the kickoff. So it'll be Uni who kicked us off, and they'll have the first scrum feed as well. We'll run through the teams as well while they get this underway. So a few changes for the hosts, Nelson Bay. It'll be Ben Whaler, Daniel Collins and Cameron Rouse, the front row. Kenny Harler and Jordan Byfield in the locks. Sam Rocher and Nathan Oliver, the flankers. Ross Buchan is a number 8. It's the stable halves combination. It's Charles Fielder and Chad Northcott. The wingers are Miles Eckersley, Samuel Ingham. The centres, Junior Polai and Michael Hattini. And the fullback is Emerson Burgess. See a deep kick. It's going to be fielded by Al Jabori for University, who's taking a bit of stopping. They do bring him down now. So Tom Underwood, Dane LaRugatel and Scott Hamilton, the front row for the Seahorses. Joshua Manville and Sione Puliover. I'll get it right eventually. In the locks, knocked forward by University. Jack Stanford, Alex Vaughan, Va Talaileva. Completing the forward pack, Sam Parker and Sam Berry in 9 and 10. Michael El Jabori, who we just saw on the ball, and Tyrone Bataki. The wingers, Daniel Murch, Armand Pienaar in the centres, and Zion McNabb has moved to fullback this afternoon. So those are our starting 15s. And it is Charles Fielder who will have the put in for the scrum, just underneath our Bar TV camera position. It's suboptimal conditions, to put it diplomatically, at Nelson Bay, although the rain has gone away for the time being. It's been on and off during the day, so it'll be challenging to hold on the pill, as we've seen a bit of that already. So now the Gropers looking to find some territory. Nathan Oliver. He does get to ground eventually. And now it is Northcott going to the skies. Oh, just held in the end. Spins off a few and eventually taken down just at the 22. Wasn't the best ball. They do find an exit of some sort, but well, in fact, he has just found touch in the end, which is just as well. They're under the cosh a bit, University. Of course, Uni come into this one off the bye. They did get a win the week before against Southern Beaches, and it's Nelson Bay looking to put together consecutive wins for the first time this season. It is 6th hosting 8th. 3 matches today, the match of the round tomorrow unusually. That one's come loose as well, so Jack Stanford has picked it up. Manville takes it into contact. So now through the hands for University. Al Jabori is chopped down about halfway. The wind's just picked up again, favouring the Gropers at the moment. Running from right to left on your screen. Up quickly. There's Stanford. In fact, I don't think it was Stanford that ended up with it in the end. Strong run for University. And now they go wide. One slips off, couldn't get the offload away. Oh. Cries of in from the side, I think. But it's going to go the students' way in the end. So one of the Gropers not maintaining their body weight, and it looks like we're going to have an early go for some 3 points. Zion McNabb, of course, the regular kicker for University. As we said, he's playing in the slightly unfamiliar number 15 jersey this afternoon. So challenging position. The breeze that's going against him has just died down slightly. Can Zion McNabb kick University into an early lead? No can do. He's missed that by a fair way. So we'll go on now. Uni again. Chip kick is not regathered. So it's a Bay with the ball again. And in fact turned over here. Tale Lever was with the ball just then. And an offload for Pulivea. Rather. Last foul getting me. Al Jabori, he's finding himself in a little bit of room, toes it. It's not going to come off. Going to have a scrum for the Gropers. Of course, this being the second time through the round robin phase of the season, these sides have met back in the opening round. It was Nelson Bay that got the job done at that stage. It's a 15 points to 43 scoreline at Bernie Curran Oval. As we said, University picked up their first win a couple of weeks ago. 3, in fact, given that we had the week off as well. And then the bye for them. And Nelson Bay, a confidence-boosting win against Singleton. I've just brought this scrum in a bit now. Still, Bay keep it in the hands for now. again. Now, not a lot of room for the kick. It's gone much more vertical than long, but they have regathered now. So it has worked out okay for the Gropers. An advantage their way as well. Straight boot. It's just come over near our way now. This is Rocha starting today. One's chipped over as well by Northcott. We'll come back for the original infringement though, which was not rolling away, I think was the call. And I fancy this one is outside kicking range. So Polo is eventually brought to ground. Comes out to Rouse, who's in 3 today. Oliver. Now Byfield. And Northcott. And they shift it with Burgess. It's knocked on. Decent shove from Nelson Bay. Uni come up with it, and the clearance is just past the 22. So another chance for the Gropers to attack. Daniel Collins, the starting hooker for the hosts today. That distinctive sort of avocado-coloured headgear, I guess we'll call it. Commentators always appreciate little features like that. Spreading it across the park. Now the Gropers. At University have been pretty organised so far. Now it comes out the other side. It's with Whaler. Bustling run from Collins. A little bit inside, and Michael Hattini will go through under the posts, and Nelson Bay will take the lead. Well, they found a way through in the end. And they have their award in the form of 5 points, and pretty soon should be 7. No problems for Chad Northcott. So it's 7-0 with it a quarter of an hour done at Bill Strong Oval. So, Gropers just trying to work this one at the moment. They haven't run out of patience yet. There's a little bit of a shimmy and then almost tackled by his own man, I fancy. Maybe it was Northcott, I think it was, who had the ball. With friends like that. Now Northcott does go the exit. He's turned around Al Jabori, who is just going to let that. In fact, that's gone over the touchline on the full. The one by University. And now a chance. This is Tale Lever. Underwood tackled. Hamilton. It's gone behind. It's going to be cleaned up by McNabb, who sends a long one to Al Jabori. Plucks that out of the air. He's met strongly. Stays in the field, though. And Nelson Bay might have pinched this one. Well, they've got the penalty in the end. Do just manage to win the line out. It's out in the end. And they'll spread it all the way over. It's Miles Eckersley. Now, they're on a run here. Emerson Burgess did stay in. Quick ball. Haller. Kenny Haller. And they go quickly, Charles Fielder. And now away to Hatini. Now this one's gone to Union. It's a bit of aggravation from Fielder. One kept in play. Burgess does well or not? No. No reward in the end. It's Daniel Murch. He does get to ground in the end. They're up. They're up quick with Nelson Bay. Looks like they maybe not quite found a way through, but good meters for University. Now Vaughan. Back inside Hamilton. McNabb. McNabb again. Look for the offload, but not quite. He's in trouble here. And they have taken it, the Gropers. Northcott is herring after it. He's not going to win the foot race. It goes to Al Jabori now. Steps around one. Al Jabori countering, and he gets around another. But not a third and a fourth. But he's already brought it back to the 22. Now they draw the infringement. And this one, yeah, this one is going to be a kick at touch. So McNabb just chips off a few more meters. It's at about a dozen meters out for the uni line out. Try and maul this one. Although it's been met well. And now it comes out. That's PNR. A little scoot from Parker, but they were wise to it. And now the Gropers come up with it. McNabb decides to kick for touch. It's not going to find touch though. Bataki, Ingham rather, wrong side. Ingham keeps it in. And no, I thought they might have given it up, but Nelson Bay still with it. It was Kenny Harler. Just pick and drive. It's Northcott, they're in a bit of trouble here. Uni are allowed to continue with it. Pulivea. Now Manville. They've kept him up here. Now it goes to ground. Nope. And Nelson Bay do win it back. We got blood. Blood is a call. Nah, that's not stopping. So we will have a replacement just for that to get attended to. Cut, yeah, cut just above. Looks like it's going from two places. In fact, certainly just above the eye. It looks like it's cut open. So Charles Fielder to put this in after the ball didn't come out. Zion McNabb, Michael Al-Jabori. It's a decent chase. He got it away to Baitaki though. And it's Baitaki who's found a big hole. And he's still stepping around them. Tyrone Baitaki gets the ball away. It's Larugatel, sorry. And now they've lost it. Hard shot from Collins, but just bounced off each other in the end. This is Manville, who's met well by his opposite number, Kenny Harler. That was the new man on due to the blood being in 22. I haven't got that one on my list. Oh, ripped out by Daniel Collins. Wins back possession for Nelson Bay. And what are they going to try and do with it? Try and force it up for now with Junior Polai. Goes to the skies. Straight up from Northcott. They've allowed it to bounce. This is awkward. Nice little offload behind. And still a chance for Nelson Bay in broken play. Fielder met strongly. Loose ball and Uni have it again. Referees in the firing line as well. A relieving kick for Uni. And a chance to restore some order. Still dry for now as well. It's just come out for Nelson Bay. Polai comes out with it. And in fact, it's been knocked out. And the call is knocked forward from Junior Polai. We said a few changes in the Nelson Bay scrum today, so they are without Adam Edwards, Matt Affleck and Reece Domkins today. So it's Rocher and Oliver, the flankers, Harler and Byfield, the locks for Nelson Bay. Parker is wrapped up. And good work from Nelson Bay, so not releasing the call from the sideline from the bench's posts. No. Well, the call was post, but they have decided to go for touch. Interesting call in the final 10 minutes of the half. It's gone quickly. Just the converted try so far when Hatini burst through a hole just before the 15-minute mark. They're going to try and maul their way towards the goal line. Managed to get some momentum here. Now it's come out and short for now. They'll try and dive over. They're resisted for now. Advantage. We got to try. We do now. And Nelson Bay go over again. Just too much pressure. And it is 12-0 in favour of the hosts. So the decision not to go for the post was a good one in the end, wasn't it? And so you'd think points at a premium in these conditions. But they have another 5 of them. And in a decent position for Northcote to add the extras. He just sneaks it through. 2 converted tries to the good now for Nelson Bay. Hala. It's Whaler, I think, who's run that one up. Now they are going to try for the exit again. It's a high one. It's met first. In fact, it's met in the air, and that's... No, the call's a knock on. Well, interesting. I thought Poloi just about had it. And then there's a mid-air collision. It was Poloi and McNabb, I think. And Junior Poloi is just getting some attention now. We go again, inside ball for PNR, but they spotted the run. Talaileva stopped in his tracks. Canna rucking from Nelson Bay. Uni, no, other way. One's gone through everyone. It's Fielder that does come up with it somewhat fortuitously in the end. And the Seagulls do have a chance to attack it. Here's Poloi, who is back on his feet after that hit earlier. Fielder, right place at the right time at dummy half. That's a decent kick in. There might just be a little bit, no, too much. Too much in the bounce of the ball. Favours Uni as well. Right idea, just missing the execution in the end. As we tick down into the final 4 minutes of the half. The sun's just trying to come out at the moment. It's been a pretty even contest with the scrum so far. And it is again. And this time, well, that's going to drop in the field of play. Loose ball, and it has gone forward off a maroon and white shirt. Northcott and Poloi. They keep it in the hands. In fact, that's Poloi. He's looking for an offload, but it's gone behind the man. Can Eckersley scoop it up? He can, but University have regrouped now somewhat. There's a chance on the far side if they can get it over there. And they do have the overlap. And they're going to run it in the corner. And another try for Nelson Bay. So Samuel Ingham, the try scorer on the far side. Came from that run from Junior Poloi, and even when it got spilt, they managed to make something of it. And a chance for Chad Northcott to really put some distance between these two teams now on the stroke of half-time. More challenging kick than his first two, though, it has to be said. It's got the length, not quite the line. So conversion unsuccessful. We remain at 19-0. And with probably just the time for the restart. You can see the clock opposite us is just about to tick down to 0. So we go, last play of the half. Knocked back. It was Whaler that came up with it in the end, I think. And Nelson Bay looked like they might be happy to try and run this for a while. Managed to sneak through a hole there and scrounge a few more metres. They are going to keep it in hand for now and see what they can make, because they do have numbers on this left-hand side. That was Collins now. He's met well. It was Eckersley making the run down this left-hand side. He's waiting for it again, but instead it's with Emerson Burgess. Now Rouse, who is met well. Northcott. And they shift it to the right. Polai. Still Polai. It's come loose. And that will be the half. So a late try for Nelson Bay really puts them in control of this game now. Seen Hatini go over. There's another try just after the half-hour mark, and then we saw Sam Ingham on that far side not too long ago. 2 conversions successful. So at the break at Bill Strong Oval, it's Nelson Bay 19 leading University of Newcastle 0. Be back shortly for the second half.
No, I've turned it off up here.
I just wanted to get the soft roll.
Oh, right.
Sorry.
So far as not falling down here and breaking his leg. I'm just having a trying to get my range doing some rugby, so that's the first one I've done, just having a go at a few different sports. I mostly do football.
Paul said you came from Tara, right?
Yeah.
So you drove all the way from Tara today.
Yeah, well,
Welcomed you with the nice weather too.
yeah, it was looking okay until about started raining just so that turned off the Dowley Road.
Right.
It was.
Because the forecast is supposed to just be pouring down all that. So
Yeah, that's what I heard. So it's really, yeah, it's better than I was gearing up for.
Yeah, well, like, usually we don't get this tarp.
Yeah.
Like, even the Gropers are giving us a tarp, and we must be in for quite a day.
These are probably not the worst conditions I've played in. Too. I live on the Gold Coast for the time being, so I've done a couple of rugby league games up there.
Yeah.
There's one particular team, another Tugan. It's not quite the standard that I'm used to just doing around here, so the camera was in the back of someone's ute running off a generator. We weren't allowed to park it on the hills, so I was at ground level at about 30-metre line.
So, yeah, like,
Didn't know who anyone was, couldn't see anything. And the ground is literally right next to the airport.
oh,
So I've got A320s just about over my head every few minutes.
drowning out everything.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, I haven't had anything particularly bad, but I've had like this is probably the worst when like people get a bit tipsy and start walking into the scaffold or leaning on it, and like you got like guys, please not.
So how do you actually go getting all the shit up here through that hole?
Oh, you kind of got to like move it all to the edge, get down, and then like bring it down one by one.
Yeah, because I can barely fit through there.
Yeah, it's like you kind of got to like go down with like your arms up, like so you can hold it, kind of thing. But yeah, you manage. The first week I was here, there wasn't even a ladder for this, so I had to actually climb up and down it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. They were ringing me up like, what? Why aren't you loading up your library yet? I was like, I had a bit of a drama, but it's taking a little bit longer to set up than I thought.
Ready whenever you want to, Kimmy. Oh, okay. Second half underway at Bill Strong Oval. Nelson Bay hosting University of Newcastle. Nelson Bay with the kickoff to restart us for the second half. They bring a 19-0 lead into the second stanza. Good afternoon again. I'm Daniel Herrero calling a game for you on Bar TV Sports this afternoon. It is round 10 of NHRU. Started well, and he's held on to it in the end. Would you believe it? Nearly butchered it completely. But just like that, the Gropers are in again. I'm not sure what to say about that. Yeah, anyway. Usually counts, so that was Ben Whaler, I think, who found himself in plenty of space, and it was almost too easy for him. And I think the word that I just overheard was that's a double, so that solves a mystery of who rumbled over for Nelson Bay's second try as well. So 24-0 with a kick to come from Northcott, and it does now, and it's 26-0. Strange. Anyway, I think the rain's just about come as well. It's just got decidedly darker around Bill Strong Oval. Northcott is 3 from 4, by the way. You almost weren't ready for it. It's a good pick up from Fielder as well, and he sends that back from whence it came. Zion McNabb, who does get it away. University just need a bit of territory. A lot of that first half of the match was played in their half of the field. It's Alex Vaughan who's come down with it. Well, were they on their feet? Too early there anyway. Uni still with it. We still go on. There's Tom Underwood. Lays it back. Quick hands. Stanford. Jack Stanford. He finds Al-Jabori. And Michael Al-Jabori hits back for Uni. Some good work from Stanford. And Al-Jabori was there to finish it off. So we are 2.5 minutes into the second half, and we've already got 12 more points on the board. Oh. That escalated quickly. Zion McNabb. Said he's a regular kicker. He's playing in a slightly irregular position today. Normally we see him with a 10 on his back. He's at fullback today. And he nudges it over for another 2. I guess it's stating the obvious to say that Uni had to be next to score, but they've shown that they can do it now. 26 points, plays 7 with nearly a full half of rugby to go. What could happen here? The problem they have is that the weather is about to close in on us, I think, because the sun's just gone away. It's just got darker again, and it is, well, it's trying to rain anyway. She's a grey old day in Nelson Bay. To get started again, and I think that was it Stanford? Someone throwing out a mitt and dragging that one in. This is Underwood. And it's fired out, and there's a big hole there now. Who's Daniel Murch trying to spin through it, not quite. And quick ball, that was it Tulivea maybe, anyway. So we have started with the replacements for Nelson Bay. Underway again, it's not pulled in, it's spilt, it is knocked forward. I think it might have been Daniel Murch in the end. There might have been a couple before the referee got the whistle to his mouth. Managed to spread it here. This is Ingham. He scored just before the break. Here's Halla. Might have stolen this, no. There's Northcott, who's wrapped up and stolen from him, in fact. So it was Stanford that did the good work there to pinch it for Uni. He's just getting to his feet now. Loose ball and a fairly loose old kick as well. It's Northcott who's just going to try and shimmy his way through. Interesting offload, but now they give it up. And advantage is with University. So it looks like we'll come back for the original error. Sam Berry is withdrawn for University. Sorry, Sam Parker, rather. There you go, got my Sams mixed up. The Sam Parker's shift is done. It's Stanford. Looping ball to Al Jabori, so they combine well again. Al Jabori goes to the Murray sidestep. He was brought to ground though, and it's spilt by Scott Hamilton. He couldn't hold on to it. So he got another. Attending to another cut by the look of it. So it is Ben Whaler. It's just getting attended to. Should stand to reason. All right, we've got a drama. Just a binding. It was Cameron Rouse who wasn't quite in there. And we'll take two. This is better. Good push from Nelson Bay. It's Northcott. And he got it away, but they weren't going any further. And Spilt left behind. And we go on. In fact, I think not backed was the call, so that's a good pickup. And charge down is the clearance, but out of play in the end. So slightly nervous moment. We'll get a restart. We've gone long this time. Al Jabori misjudged it slightly, but drags it in the end. It's Michael Al Jabori, the only try scorer for University so far. Penalty's gone the other way. Against the ball, holding on to the ball. So another let off for Nelson Bay. And Northcott makes some decent meters and takes them well into the attacking half. As I just readjust myself on the scaffolding at Bill Strong Oval. Hala. Take some stopping, but they have brought him down. There's Rocha, I think. It's under that mass of bodies at the moment. Still really aiming up in defence. Whaler. The slightly mummified Ben Whaler for the rest of this match. The Uni are up quick. Not getting past the advantage line at the moment. The Gropers is Northcott. And a little inside move. Not quite. Nearly got through. In fact, we do go on with it now. And now it is Whaler. In broken play, they bring him down. And Northcott, not for Collins. They'll go all the way over. Emerson Burgess. He's going to get pushed towards the touchline. Somehow they've kept it alive and they'll try and recycle. Northcott, he's going to get caught with it. Had a first receiver this time. probing Nelson Bay, Northcott, and then to Buchan, and now University with it. So it doesn't come off in the end. Uni hold on. But now need to get some field position. That's not going to find touch. Northcott makes sure of that. Burgess. And over to Eckersley. Rouse has to come back for it. In fact, no, it's not Rouse. It is Rocher by the look of it. Pick and drive. Now they go through the hands again, and it is just kept in the hands by Hattini. Couldn't quite get the offload, but he's come up with it again. Now Fielder and Ingham. He's met. Still, they are trying. Buchan is stopped. Right near the corner. Haller. Uni have just managed to delay this one. In fact, they've come up with it. And again, won't find touch. Northcott is trying to get his bearings. He does in the end. Another raid, maybe no. A bit of indecision. He's been caught out. He does manage to get that one away. And they will shift it across the back. And numbers getting back for Nelson Bay now, though. They'll need a few more. This is one of the replacements who just bring it up now. And Northcott goes for the corner. It's a good kick. So just pinned Uni back in here again. You say it's a bit of an unusual one. Our match of the round is in fact tomorrow. It's Wanderers hosting Maitland. If you can ask me where that is, I can't actually remember it off the top of my head. Wanderers were moving some so that number 2 could get ready for the Wallaroos game coming up next month. Uni do win their own line out, and the clearance is charged down. This one might hold up. It's going to get grounded in goal. Yeah, so Wanderers versus Maitland, the match of the round tomorrow. Standard 3 p.m. kickoff on Bar TV Sports. So we hope you can join us again for that one. Easy for me to say. And Wanderers, Hamilton with the bye, so Wanderers will be looking to, at least for the time being, go to the top of the table. In terms of where we stand here at the moment, so it is a bonus point effort for Nelson Bay so far, which would move them to 25 points, so they would possibly catch up to Lake Macquarie, but wouldn't surpass them. They would remain 6th. Oh, here's a strong one from Burgess. Emerson Burgess showing a great pair of heels, and he was too quick for him. And I reckon the Gropers are out of sight now, if they weren't already. Well, that's 5 tries now, so well, the bonus point was already in their grasp. I like it when it's much simpler, when it's just straight 4 tries and not the 3 more, although they had that covered anyway as well. So 31 plays 7. Northcott is 3 from 4 from the boot. And yeah, my camera operator's trying to improvise and keep himself warm. It's cool here at the moment, although Again, we've stayed pretty dry for the time being, unless you're rolling around in the mud in front of us. Northcott, not quite. So we stay at 31-7. And I just need to safely see this one out. So like we said, Nelson Bay can't really move anywhere on the ladder today. They can either catch up to Lake Macquarie or put a lot of distance between themselves and Singleton, who are currently 7th. So it's Lake Macquarie 26, Nelson Bay 20, Singleton 14 coming into this. We're almost certain now that the Bay will move to 25 points. Merriweather, you'd have to think, they're coming up with at least 4 and probably 5 competition points. They're playing Southern Beaches as we speak. Fielder to Collins, and it's all opened up for him like Sydney Heads for Collins. Fielder is regathering, and he's put it down. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Charles Fielder couldn't hold on to it. So, more changes up top for Nelson Bay. That's Ross Buchan. Came into the side today, and his afternoon is done. McNabb sends that one into touch. Try and maul this one up. No. Gone over, although they've come up with it in the end. It didn't quite get over the line out in actual fact. So chance for Uni now. It's Hamilton. They stay with it. Al Jabori, he's got one to beat. Can he go around him? No, not quite. They're trying to haul him in. Still not. This time it's PNR who's going to get held up here, maybe. Trying to give it a shove forward now, Uni. And it's not coming out. To run this one for the time being. Still some good effort in defence from Uni at this stage of the game with just over a quarter of an hour to go. Nelson Bay have not looked to clear this yet. Still haven't set for the kick. In fact, now it's Well, he's going to go the other way. And quick tap. No, not on the mark. Well, right idea from, I think it's Sam Berry in 10. And we are going to go for a scrum. As they ring in some more replacements for the final 15. Just wonder what importance Nelson Bay might place on these final 15 minutes as well. There's been talk about how they might have struggled at times to close out games, so it's a chance here, even though, 24 points are not likely at all to get run down from here, but important for them to still try and finish strongly as well. Get into some of those habits and really put the exclamation mark on this win. It's popped out the side. So we'll go again. It is raining now, in case you haven't heard that one through the mic. Scrambled, they do get it out in the end. I come back the other way, PNR. On PNR. He's still going, they haven't brought him to ground yet. They might put him into touch, they do. Slide him over the chalk. He backed himself in, but the Gropers had other ideas. Again, they keep it in the hands. And still waiting for a clearance, so Fielder under pressure manages to almost split them halfway. Al Jabori with a little shimmy and a step, and now he'll try and beat him for pace, and he does, and it's a good offload. I thought it might have been Al Jabori waiting at the base of the ruck for it, but he's going to help out now. Tale Lever. Oh, and left behind by Manville. Still Nelson Bay trying to play it out of their half. Still, met well though. Been good periods for Uni numbering up in defence, and now they have the ball. It's Murch. High or not? No. Anyway. Tale Lever. And Underwood. And again from the base of the ruck, nothing doing there yet. Trying to work their way up. Now it'll come out wide. Can they get through here? It was Murch. He has to be close. Not close enough yet. They'll go again low. Over. Got there in the end. So a second try of the afternoon for University. Well, that's a little bit too late now. It's a straightforward result from the conversion attempt, so it's 31 plays 14. That's just travelled 10 metres. I was looking at the bow in that kick and it only just broke the plane. Sorry, that's a ball on the far side. That's just confused me for a sec there. We are playing on. Everyone's got their boots on. And it was, well, Collins was helping out. It's been a little while since we've been in this half. It's thrown behind and then towed forward by Al Jabori. It's Al Jabori versus Fielder. He toes it again. He might have put too much on it. He has. And they're asking to come back for the trip. And the crowd underneath us. The referees decided there was no infringement. McNabb. So just come up with that. Nelson Bay. And dropped by, was that? I thought it might have been Rocher. It wasn't. It was, in fact, Rocher's already done for the afternoon, I think, anyway. It will be a uni scrum. Almost 40 out and basically in line with the polls. Free kick for Uni. I'm laughing. Someone's called take the points off to our right. It's Manvel. Stanford, I fancy. It comes out with Vaughan. Yeah, it wasn't the best ball, and it was put to ground. It's become a very unpleasant afternoon in Nelson Bay, but we are in the final 5 minutes now. It's not quite raining sideways anymore. Comes out, there's Fielder. So he has moved out of that scrum half position. Nelson Bay keep it. Fielder moves it wide. And I lose it here. Holding on. Not releasing. Not straight. Go again with the scrum for the Gropers. Oh, it's nearly spilt then as well. Now here's a chance. It's all open up. Fielder. They move it wide. There's a fend, or not quite. They try and go. In fact, they try and go again. There's Oliver. Hala. Replacements is with it now. Fielder looks at the kick. It's charged down and then towed through. Al Jabori's racing after it. And, oh, okay, kick dead. Oh, surprised. I thought Al Jabori might manage to get there first, but not quite. I was going to say there was, I guess, an outside chance that Uni might have snuck in for a 4-try bonus point, but that's not going to happen now. Less than 2 minutes to go and still two tries short of that. Easy for me to say. Well, it's getting a bit ragged now. Nearly gets through the tackle. They've given it back again. Oh. Yes. So Daniel Collins will get us underway for what might be the last couple of phases. I don't think there's any need for anyone to try. Well, they have come up with it in the end of Nelson Bay. The clock on the scoreboard's gone 0. We'll play on for now. Nelson Bay might go for another one. They've got numbers out there. It's gone to ground. It's gone over the touchline. The referees say officially. I don't think anyone would be too disappointed if he blew it early. It is raining just about sideways now. Now we are going to have another line out here for Uni. Stoops, and it's a good pickup. And it's backwards. Zion McNabb. He's lost it forward now. In fact, it's gone both ways. And that'll do us, says the referee. So it's full time at Bill Strong Oval. And it's Nelson Bay. The 4-try bonus point and the 4 competition points for a 31 points to 14 win over University of Newcastle. So on behalf of myself, Daniel Herrero, thanks for joining us this afternoon. As we said, our match of the round is tomorrow, Arvo. It'll be Wanderers hosting Maitland, 3 p.m. kickoff. So we hope to have your company again for that one on Bar TV Sports as round 10 of the NHRU wraps up. But from Bill Strong Oval, it's goodbye from us for now.
Sun will come out and be like, oh, it's not so bad.
So basically I missed the worst of it until about the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, but this is about as heavy as it's been all day.
Yeah.
But